Do you carry a gun? Do you feel safe? How do you go to the bathroom? I get a lot of questions about living the Skoolie life, both in person and online. And a lot of these questions I hear just over and over and over again. And while I like answering them, well, I thought maybe I'll just answer them once and point people to this video. Hi, I'm Rick, and yeah, I do get a lot of those questions. And you probably got some questions of your own, and maybe you were just, I don't know, too embarrassed to ask them. But today we're going to go through every single possible question that you could ask about bus life, and maybe some pretty decent answers. Question number 1, do you feel safe and do you carry a gun? The answer is yes and no. I actually do feel very, very safe living in a bus. It's the places we go, they're never super questionable. Okay, maybe we were in an iffy Walmart parking lot one time. But generally speaking, no, I don't feel like there's danger all around me. Yeah, I just have a thin piece of metal between me and the outside world, and we do lock the doors every night and usually close the windows. But no, I never felt the need to have a gun. I never really felt like I was in any harm. So yeah, feel absolutely safe. Until we haven't, but maybe that'll be next month. And by the way, I apologize if you hear a lot of noise behind me. I'm going to explain where I am later. It's a really cool spot, but it's also really on a major loud highway. Anyway, the two-parter question is number 2, don't you feel exposed and don't the cops harass you? Well, yeah, I do feel a little exposed at times. I mean, basically, if you look over there's our bus right there. There's a lot of windows in that bus, and yeah, people can look up in there. We do have curtains, and yeah, if you sit on the toilet, you can kind of peek out the window and wonder if people are peeking back at you. So you do get used to it. We do put up privacy curtains when we do park. But yeah, we're a spectacle. People will come up and talk to us constantly. The cops don't, to answer the second question. No, we don't ever have a problem with cops. I mean, I guess they got better things to do and chase after a really slow 15-year-old school bus. So yes to the exposure, no to cops, and it's a great way to meet people. So the exposure part's kind of cool. I think I found our new Skoolie. I think with just a little bit of rust prevention, we could probably get this thing back on the road. Maybe. Question number 3, do you... I almost killed myself. Question number 3, do you miss your home? And the answer is, well, no, because my home is right around the corner here. Wherever I am is home. That bus is home. Now, I don't have a fixed ground-rooted I don't have a home somewhere. I don't have a hometown. When I traveled around the world, whatever Airbnb, whatever city, country I was in, that was home. This is home for me today. Wherever that bus is home. So no, I am a nomad at heart, and I have no clingingness to any one specific place. Question number 4, where do you shower? Well, the short answer is I don't. I kind of smell like my new friends over here. No, seriously, we actually do have a shower. It is, I want to show you up here. It's in the foyer of the bus. This is our shower. If you can see it, it's kind of really dark in here right now. But we can stand in the foyer and we can take a drizzly little wet bath. But in reality, we have a subscription, a membership to Planet Fitness. And that's just glorious because anywhere around the country you go, you just scan your little black card, and for 20 bucks a month, not only can we exercise, if I wanted to, we can get wet, we can get sudsy, we can get clean. And so, yeah, that's kind of how we do it. Sort of the same thing with clothes, only we don't take them to Planet Fitness. Yeah, we look for laundromats. Last night, we stayed at a place called Ike's Amish something and country store. This place has been here since the 1940s. Now, we did stop in yesterday for a bit, and we're going in this morning for breakfast, taking you with us, but I want to show you around outside first. Now, this is a huge Amish community here, very, very old school Amish, and this is a barn. So when they come in from their farms and they need to go shopping, this is where they park their horses, and then they go shopping like the rest of us, and then tootle on back with clop, 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 all the way back home. Now, I also got to imagine that back in the day, they didn't have this kind of road noise behind me. I'm sure that this road was just sort of a small dirt neighborhood sort of community road, but not so much anymore.
Where are you coming from?
Originally Miami,
Oh, okay.
and apparently it's not as warm here. Fried bologna sandwich. Now, the best part about this place is it's authentic. This isn't done up just like Disney World. This is everything that used to be here, and you can still buy just about everything. Another fun feature is this is an actual Greyhound bus station. Now, they don't bring the big buses anymore. They sort of shuttle you to the big buses, but the Amish are allowed to ride Greyhound. So you come in here, you get your ticket, you park your buggy, and into the big city you go. The Americana is just dripping in this place. That was seriously yummy. And I got a whole bunch more of the sweet potato butter. This stuff's going to be the death of me, but oh my God, it's good. Number 5, how do you go to the bathroom? Well, we go to the bathroom the same way you do. I stand up to pee. Nikki really doesn't. We sit down. You probably mean, where do we go to the bathroom? Well, we have a bathroom in the bus. Now, granted, it's a little different than what you got in your home. It's a 5-gallon bucket. It's a human kitty litter box. It's really a composting toilet. What it is you have this bucket with a bag in it, and you drop off the kids at the pool, and you cover it with sawdust. And it doesn't smell in the least. Every few days, maybe a week, we wrap it up, take it out, and throw the bag away. You can only imagine if somebody's digging through the trash and they find it, what they might think. But just like everybody else, we have a bathroom. But the good part for us is when you're driving down the road in your car and you go, oh my God, I gotta go. Well, you gotta find a place to go. Just walk into the back and, go. Number 6. How do you figure out where you're going to stay for the night? Isn't that difficult? And the answer is yes, it is. Now, we have a couple apps, couple of websites that we use. One is Harvest Host, there's Hip Camp, there's a whole bunch of them that sort of put you in contact with people who are willing to let you stay somewhere for a night. Some places you pay for, some places you don't. The place that we're staying at tonight is part of a Harvest House. And the idea is they'll give you a place to park your bus, car, vehicle for the night, and you go frequent their business. And you give them a little money, they give you a little place to stay, everybody's happy. It was a little hard finding this tonight because we were scrambling yesterday to find the next week's worth of stay, but we got it. And now for at least the next 7 days, I don't have to worry about it. But yeah, it can be a little mind-numbing, if you will, a little scary. Nikki's more comfortable just sort of stealth camping wherever we park. I like to do it in illegal places, but yeah, it can be a little hard. You don't have to worry about that with your house. We do with ours. Number 7, did you build this all by yourself? The answer is yeah, and here's a little montage of, the fiasco that was. It does hold up. It gets us where we're going, and if the roads here in Tennessee haven't quite destroyed it, nothing will. But yeah, we built it. Okay, number 8. Number 8 is, what is your biggest worry? Well, my biggest worry is actually breaking down. And for me, it's like if you were in a car or a van or a truck, like a regular pickup truck, and all of a sudden something went kablooey under the hood, you can pull in pretty much anywhere and have a mechanic fix it. I need a specialist. I need a truck mechanic, a bus mechanic. So if something goes wrong with that beast back there, my biggest worry is I don't know how I'm going to get it towed to them. I don't know where them is, if there is even a them. That's kind of a worry. So yeah, it's kind of a bulletproof engine, a tank of a vehicle, but I worry about things like that. So I try to keep up with the maintenance and all the little happy stuff. What little I know, but that's a worry. Number 9, what is your biggest fear? This is actually quite different than my biggest worry. My biggest fear is heights. I have to describe this to you. That bus is tall. It is 11 feet tall, but when you're in the driver's seat, you are very high up. You have lots of windows all around you. And when you're driving down some of these little country roads, there is a huge drop off onto the sides. Your bus barely fits in the lane, and I'm looking over at my impending death. So I'm driving white knuckle, just thinking any moment one good bump is going to send me tumbling down to him. I don't like heights, and strangely enough, this bus brings that out every single day. Hate it. Number 10, do you stay at RV parks? The answer is usually no. We did last night. We will stay at an RV park if we need to hook up and get water and get power and just kind of have a day where we're not trying to generate our own, but it's expensive, $60, $70, $90+ a night, and you're surrounded by, RVers. The people in their $100,000, $200,000 giganto machines. They're not as friendly as, the school bus type who like to live life frugally. So no, generally we prefer to be out amongst the people, out amongst the places. and not just sitting in a camper park. Number 11, where are you going next and how long are you going to keep this up for? Well, next for us is we're going down to Memphis and we're going to Oklahoma. After that, I have no idea. We're generally going to head west. We have family out there. We'll go as far as we can without falling into the ocean, and then we'll go some other direction. The point is, we don't know where we're going. We don't know how long this is going to last. It could be 6 months. It could be a year. It could be the rest of our life. The whole point is, this is just us living in the moment, taking in everything that we can. Whenever we decide to change our mind or life changes its mind for us, we'll take care of it then. But for now, we're going. Number 12, do you work from the bus? And you're also going to have to forgive, besides the noise, is me shaking because it's freaking cold here. I'm a Miami boy. Yeah, anyway, do I work from the bus? No, I don't right now because I'm on sabbatical. Well, if you count YouTube and the podcast and writing and all of that, yeah, actually, I do work from the bus. And it is not that uncomfortable. We have Starlink, so anywhere we go, we have high-speed internet. And plus, we got the 5G phones. We can do the hotspot. I do need to carve out a separate work area. Right now, there is no dedicated table. It's just I sit somewhere and throw the laptop on my lap. But yeah, you can do it, but we've got to work on that. It's, it's something in progress. Number 13, do you go out? It's kind of dark in here. Let me get the lights on for you. Number 13, do you go out to eat a lot? And the answer is no. And it's pretty easy to cook. We have a very large, messy kitchen in here. We also have an outdoor kitchen. So we can set up burners in both places, set up the grill, and we do a whole lot of cooking. We find it's a whole lot healthier if we do that ourselves. And yeah, we have a refrigerator over there. We can keep a week's worth of food. It's just like you do at your house, just like anybody does. We don't like to go out and eat unless it's a local. We don't do the chains. We find a nice local restaurant, some kind of cuisine that's indicative of the area. Sure, absolutely. But no, generally speaking, we prefer our own food. Can I take your picture? You okay with that? Number 14. Isn't it kind of tight in there? Don't you feel uncomfortable living in such limited space? The answer is sometimes yes, most times no. It is very comfortable in there. We've designed this thing to be, well, exactly what we wanted it to be. The bedroom is just my absolute favorite place. It is so luxurious and soft. But the futon, everything else, it is comfortable. 2 people in there, you learn where the nooks and crannies are to kind of get out the way, and you don't always do it. And yeah, tempers can flare, but it's better than a van. We consider doing that. So yeah, it is what it is. Okay, number 15, what is your worst experience so far? I don't know that we've actually got a real worst experience in the way that you're probably thinking, but between the time when we came down from Virginia and before we took off from Miami to go live this life, we had to work on the bus for a month or two, and we had nowhere to put it. Coding would not allow us to have the bus in front of our house. We were spending every night at a Cracker Barrel kind of place, going to Home Depot, trying to work on all their lot. We finally found a storage spot, but that was a real pain in the butt. We had this home that we could live in, but we had no place that we could put it to live in and work on it. And we couldn't leave Miami because we had to be there to get everything in the house into the bus. It was just this whole perfect storm of pain in the ass. When we finally got out of Miami, I didn't even care that it took 5 hours to get out of the city at rush hour. I was just happy to get out. And number 16 is the opposite. What has been my best experience so far? Now, I think if anybody wants to do bus life, van life, school, whatever kind of life it is, you're going to find a million different things that you're just going to absolutely love, because getting out of your little comfort zone and out into the weeds and meeting people. For instance, we met this guy named Larry Cook. The last video that I did was all about him and his place down in Lower Alabama. Old guy in a MAGA hat. I would have thought he had been the exact opposite of what I would have enjoyed. He's also in the middle of nowhere where his property is, and I absolutely loved it. Go watch the video that's popping up, because I couldn't believe that me, a city boy, could enjoy so much that. And so far up to this trip, that's probably been my absolute best memory. I can't wait to make more Larry memories of other Larrys all throughout this country. Number 17. So you built the bus yourself. What mistakes did you make, and what would you do over again if you had the opportunity? Well, the short answer is lots of mistakes, lots of things I would do over. I dream at night about, I know what's behind the walls. I know how this thing was put together, and I know that a rank amateur did it, and it's good enough. There's a lot of people who do the Skoolie life who just spend obsessive amounts of time building the bus out exactly the way they want it, and I don't fault them. If that's your thing, if that's your gig, have fun. We wanted a place to live, so we don't care if it's got blemishes. We don't care if it's got maintenance issues. It's our home, and it's exactly what we need. Now, if we ever do it again, I don't know. I don't know what's next. See one of the earlier questions, because I don't know what's happening. I just know that this is good enough. It's where we want to be. Number 18, and I didn't quite understand what this question was. It was, how do you stay connected when you're out on the road? I didn't know initially if they meant, physically connected. We have our Wi-Fi, we've got Starlink, it's not hard in this day and age to find anywhere in the United States where you can't be connected. But I think what they really meant was connected to family and friends. And if COVID taught us nothing, that we can still do that virtually. And that's what we do. We talk to family all the time on a phone, in text messages, just sending videos and pictures back and forth. It's no different. Half of them live somewhere else around the country anyway. So if anything else, we're doing a little better job because we're driving out to see them. So yeah, connected is as connected as you can get. Number 19, isn't life on the road expensive? Isn't Skoolie bus life, more expensive than living at home? And the answer is maybe. I mean, yeah, it was a whole lot more expensive when we built out the bus. And we made a lot of choices that frankly, we could have made them a lot cheaper. We didn't. But I think the question implies, is it expensive or less expensive when you're actually on the road? We're staying at a harvest house, which means we get to stay here for free. I don't know about you, but I find this kind of disturbing. We went into the store and we bought some things. We got some soap. We got something called sweet potato butter, which, by the way, is absolutely yummy. So yeah, it cost us $10 to stay here. Now, diesel is very expensive. Fortunately, the prices are coming down, but we also don't travel every single day. We travel maybe 3 days in a row, and then we will sit and park for 3 or 4 days. So I'm finding that it is a lot less expensive than I thought it was going to be. Now, if we can just get the gas companies to bring the price down a little more on their Go Juice, then it will be really affordable. Question 20, would you do it all over again? Would you do Skoolie life if you hadn't, now that you know what you know? And the answer is absolutely I would. Now, we've only been out on the road the second little go around for 6 weeks. All total now, we've been out for, almost 2 months. So I'm not exactly like I'm the font of experience and the voice of wisdom, but absolutely, I am truly enjoying this. There's this phenomenon when you're sitting at night, and it doesn't matter if you're sitting in a residential street, in a parking lot or whatnot, you're in your home. You put the curtains up and you're in your bedroom. It's just like being in your bedroom where your bedroom is, and you feel very comfortable. You feel very safe. You feel surrounded by everything that you have. Then you hop up, just walk. Your commute is walking to the front of the bus. You start up and all of a sudden you're somewhere new. You're meeting new people, new experiences. Now, granted, America's not exactly. By the time I get my bus from point A to point B, the culture hasn't changed all that much. But yeah, absolutely. I am going to enjoy doing this for a long time to come. There are drawbacks, and I'm going to stop answering questions and just sort of give you a general soliloquy right now. The other day, my ATM card got, somebody tried to use it. Now, how do I get that ATM card delivered to me? So you got to go through these hoops of having it delivered to a house, having somebody mail it to where you might be, and then you try to pick it up. And we're going through that right now. Can't carry as much, can't go to Costco in that bus. It is a very different life, but it teaches you to be slower. It teaches you to be more focused and intentional. It teaches you to plan what it is you want to do, even if it's only a week in advance. So I'm really enjoying this life, and I highly recommend it to anybody, even if you just do it on the weekends or you want to do it full time like we're doing right now. It's enjoyable. It teaches you a lot about yourself. It teaches you a lot about the world around you. And with that, I want to thank you for listening. I want to thank you for watching. And please come back and leave some comments. Tell me what you think of this thing that we're doing. And would you do it? I hope you say yes. We'll see you soon.